Hey guys, so what I want to talk about today is actually the tracking accuracy of the brand new Apple Watch Series 2, as well as the Garmin Fenix 3 HR. I just got my Apple Watch Series 2 yesterday, and today I had a chance to take it actually outside and do a small walk with both watches with GPS tracking. To my surprising, the Apple Watch actually tracked my watch beautifully without any errors in speed recording. And the Garmin Fenix 3 HR tracked my walk and gave a 0.04 mile extra distance. It also recorded my maximum speed as 60 miles per hour or something like that. And that is crazy. And let's see if I can find the walk right over here. So it's about an hour of walk, about 3 miles. I used both watch, and the Apple Watch is actually close to the actual walking distance. The Fenix 3 HR tracked 0.04 unnecessary miles. I don't know how it got crazy speed for my maximum speed, but that's what it recorded. I'll post a screenshot on the screen for you guys to see the difference. And to my surprise, the Apple Watch Series 2 actually wins the accuracy of GPS tracking. I haven't had time to test running, but I'll try to test it in a couple days or so. The second biggest find today is the accuracy of the swimming tracking. As you guys know, the brand new Apple Watch Series 2 is waterproof, so you can actually swim with it in a swimming pool. So you don't have to worry about the water gets inside. I also had a cool video of the Series 2 watch push the water out in the slow motion. I'll post a link below. Also, to my surprise, the swimming tracking Apple Watch also wins very beautifully. I'll actually show you guys quickly what happened during the swimming session. So on my right is the swimming session that I did tonight. It's about 23 minutes. For the Apple Watch, I'll try to bring the activity out. Sorry, I only had it for a couple of days. Sorry if I don't know where I'm clicking at because I'm pretty new to this device. But I'm already in love with the Apple Watch Series 2. Also more than my Fenix 3 HR at this moment, because the swimming session accuracy really disappointed me. So here's the thing. Let me try to pull it up on the Apple Watch so you guys can see. Scroll down a little bit. Okay, so look at the last one on the Apple Watch, 550 yard. The 775 yard is actually from the Garmin Connect sync. So the 550 is what Apple Watch recorded. The Apple Watch Series 2 recorded very accurately of my swimming distance as well as swimming laps. The Fenix 3 HR had another crazy jump in the swimming distance. I don't know why, because I've already set the Fenix 3 HR correctly with a lap distance and everything. But it still actually showed up like 200 yards more of what I actually did. And it also recorded a lot more unnecessary laps. I don't know how it calculated the lap information, but it's wildly inaccurate on the Fenix 3 HR. And I can't figure out why. I'll try to dig it in further, but at this moment, the Apple Watch is much more accurate in indoor pool swimming recordings. One advantage with Garmin is if you have GPS, It lasts much longer than the Apple Watch Series 2 because with GPS on and you don't have an iPhone on the Apple Watch Series 2, it's probably gonna last about 4 to 5 hours max. Right now you can see the Apple Watch Series 2 had 33% battery left, and that's with about 2 hours of activities. And I unplugged the Apple Watch from the charger this morning about 8 o'clock. And right now it's about 12 o'clock, and it have about 33% battery left. So I would say it'll be able to record a moderate amount of workout on the Apple Watch Series 2. The Fenix 3 HR, on the other hand, have a much longer battery life, which is a plus for the Fenix 3 HR, especially if you're a very active athlete doing a lot of outdoor activities with GPS tracking. You might be much better off with the Fenix 3 HR. And the heart rate sensor, both watches are fairly accurate in heart rate information tracking on the optical heart rate sensor on each device. Of course, most of the time I'll be using a heart rate strap. On the Apple Watch, you can easily pair a Bluetooth heart rate strap, and on the Fenix 3 HR, you can pair a ANT Plus heart rate sensor. But both are accurate, especially if you're just doing walking and running and maybe even cycling when you don't have a lot of muscle flex on your wrist. You'll be fine with the heart rate information. From my preliminary test, I think the Apple Watch Series 2 is more accurate and it's easier to use. The Garmin, I didn't know it actually recorded a lot of wildly inaccurate data today in comparison to the Apple Watch Series 2. So I'm probably going to sell my Fenix 3 HR and keep the Apple Watch Series 2, with the only drawback that I think I can live with, which is the battery life. I do really appreciate a watch that doesn't have to be charged every day, but I think from a accuracy point of view, I'll probably stick with the Apple Watch Series 2. And let me know what you guys find. You might have a Fenix 3 HR that maybe doesn't have any GPS accuracy issue, and I would love to know. Maybe it's something wrong with my settings, but from the test I did today, the Apple Watch Series 2 is actually a lot more accurate. The Apple Watch, it does a lot more with notifications, very useful notifications, as well as a lot more apps to choose from. Of course, you have to have an iPhone to be able to use Apple Watch. So, but that's my finding today. Sorry, this video is a little long and unscripted, but I actually want to put out my findings on the YouTube so you guys can actually decide whether you want to get the Fenix 3 HR or the Apple Watch Series 2. My personal choice is going to be Apple Watch Series 2, and unfortunately, I think I'm going to say goodbye to the Fenix 3 HR and sell it. I enjoyed it for the last couple of months, but I think it's time for it to go. Maybe later on, if they come out with something small, something more useful, something more accurate, especially from the indoor swimming aspect, I might reconsider Garmin. I also have a Garmin Oregon 650 that I use for cycling and outdoor hiking. That GPS actually tracks everything very nicely and beautifully. It also pairs with a speed, cadence, and heart rate sensor. That GPS I'm definitely going to keep. But the Garmin watch, I'm not so sure. The winner is right over here, the Apple Watch Series 2. It's a little costly, but I think it's worth every cent that Apple is asking for. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and hope you guys have a great day. Take care.